I think we're gonna do another science question.
Oh,
You ready
sweet.
for that, Sam?
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you have any
Okay,
more
cool.
on
I have
your-
another really practical science question, so if we could jump to my
love
screen.
these.
So it's
Practical
the
is
question here
name
at the
of
top. It
game.
says, can you please help me? Why does cutting onions make your eyes water?
Oh.
Which is definitely an interesting question. So
Oh, that happened to me on air when we
Oh,
made
It did.
yeah.
I think it happened to all
I
of
was
us.
just
We were-
crying.
when we were making kimchi, yeah, you could. So what was going on was this. So when you've got an onion and you slice into that onion, what you're going to do is you're exposing the inside of the onion, and there's all these compounds in the onion that contain sulfur. I believe those compounds are originally amino acids, which are building blocks of proteins. But in any case, as you open the onion, those are going to shift a little bit, those chemicals, and they're going to become volatile, and they're going to become effectively sulfuric acid. So you're going to have sulfuric acid gas, a very, very light, weak version of it, coming up, just sort of filtering up into your eyes if you're standing right over the onion. And our eyes are irritated, or our eyes are extra sensitive, so they're irritated by this very light amount of sulfuric acid. And that irritation is something that's going to tell your brain, oh, make lots of water to sort of dilute this acid that's hitting my eyes, and so that's why your eyes are going to water. Now, if we know that, we can actually use that information to think about how to cut your onion and not cry. And the ways that people talk about are, one thing you can do is you can chill the onion, so keep it in the fridge for a long period of time. Oh. That's really just going to make the compounds less volatile, meaning effectively less fast moving. And so you're going to have it'll be slightly a weaker reaction if the onion's cool. Another thing you can do is you can cook the onion. If you cook the onion, you'll change the chemical structure of a lot of the different chemicals inside the onion to the point where you're not going to have to worry about the sulfuric acid compounds. I guess for a lot of recipes, you're not going to want to cook the onions. So another really great idea is to, and this is a little bit tricky to do, but if you can hack it or have a way to do this, have a large pot, you can cut the onions underwater. By cutting the onions underwater, you prevent any of that gas from releasing into the air. It just releases into the water, and then you're not going to have any issues. And what I've also seen is there are companies that market onion cutting goggles. So if you're cutting lots of onions and you don't want to deal with this, you can get these goggles that have like foam all around the lenses, so that they're tight up to your eyes. I mean, you could honestly use
scuba diving goggles,
or swimming goggles.
Yeah.
Anything that seals your eyes in like that, where there's not going to be a lot of gas exchange, would be a totally effective way to cut onions without crying. So next time we do kimchi on the show, Becca,
right.
I will bring you some scuba goggles.
Thank you.
I actually heard, and I've had mixed results with this, because I don't know, my eyes are extra sensitive to it. I feel like maybe I'm a sensitive person. So, is that you can take, and like I said, I've had mixed results, but you can take vinegar and put it on a paper towel and wipe your cutting board. And does that make sense that would work? Does it kind of balance the acidic part of it?
That's a good question. I don't, just off the top of my head, I can't think exactly why that would be. If you got the vinegar on the onion itself, I could see maybe the vinegar might react with some of the compounds in the onion and might change what they are in a way that would prevent them from being released as gases, or if they were, they wouldn't be irritants. But I mean, ultimately, sulfuric acid is an acid,
right?
And then vinegar is an acid also.
That's what I was wondering.
I wouldn't expect to get much of a reaction between them. But there could be other reasons too why that is, and I'm just not thinking of them. So I'll tell you what, Nate, I'll look into that.
I felt like it worked the first time, and then it never worked again.
But it could have been a little bit of placebo effect, like you just wanted it to work.
I was like, I
so
must just be
badly.
crying for some other reason. I don't know.
Too sad.
I'm just really sad right now.
Yeah.
That's what it is, but my system works.
Yeah. Okay, so
nice.
that's interesting. Maybe I'll have to cut my onions underwater next time.
Yeah, if you can somehow hack. I mean, I've heard this many times, but I've actually
With
never done it
goggles
because
on.
with goggles on, that's your extra.
With goggles under the water.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'll just be under the water too. It's fine.
Yeah, that's right. You could get a pool in your kitchen and then go into the pool to do all your.
That sounds amazing.
Totally
Very
reasonable,
efficient.
right? Yeah.
I'll just keep crying. It's fine.